Let's talk about Hex. Let's talk about Hex. Let's talk about Hex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the things we could do with Hex for reciprocity. Let's talk about Hex. Let's talk about Hex. Oh my. Okay, so yesterday was the last day for the conference, the Hex conference that Maddie Allin put together. And it was either 3 or 4 days, and they were evenings only. And Richard did 4.5 hours, something like that. He released his side, recorded it and everything, and put it up on his YouTube channel. So you can find that, Richard Hart. Who is Richard Hart? He's the creator of Hex, and he's a thought leader, and he's a crypto leader. While it is that other projects are failing, Hex and the things that Richard teaches people have all started to come true, or they were true before, and it started to have magnitude to it. We have a lot of things going on in the world right now. Reality check. Reality check. It is a quarter till 7 p.m. Central Texas time, January 10th, 2023. Happy New Year. It seems as though I've only done one stream since the new year has started. This reminds me that on January 21st, please come down to this space here. I will be throwing a Texas Hexagon meetup near Austin, Texas, but it's just north of there, 20 miles in my hometown, Georgetown, Texas, where I am right now, where you could enjoy this space as well. So we've got the stuff over the screen, over the front windows, and then a mural on the wall, Richard on the wall over there. And I just got some skates in the mail. These are a trial run of skates. I will order more pairs, and then I'm going to look at some lockers tomorrow. And so I'm hoping to have a whole setup of like benches and skates and lockers, and then move the bar from over here to over here. Put these seats that you see right here, I'll put them out front. And we'll have a different slideshow on those TVs out front. Here's a plea. I would like for some input on what I should put on those slideshows that will be showing in the front windows or a little bit set back from the front windows. What influence is it that we want to pass people? So I'm able to put with a USB drive images or videos on the USB drive into the back of the thing, set it to slideshow. There's some really nice monitors. I got some pretty kick-ass TVs from Best Buy. And what else? Please send me Hex promo things to send out to people. I mean, not to send out to, well, to send out to people, but as well as to hand out to people. So over here, there's a freebie table, and I'm wanting to make everything on that table available for Hexicans to take with them. So I've got some hats and some t-shirts, postcards, business card size Hex informationals, and I've got some things that I've written myself, so like multiple page printouts. But Suzanne, that's over in Europe, she's thinking about sending me one of those awesome sequin decorated shirts that are like, $100 or $200 value. She said that she was checking on the shipping of that. How fast would it show up? I'm sorry that I announced that, hey, like send me the freebie stuff so late, but I did say it, with about 2 weeks to go. Because anything Hex, this is all Hex only. I don't want you bringing your other community spin-off side thing into this area. If it is that you want to talk about that sort of thing, you can talk about it with people one-on-one. But as far as like us handing out promo stuff, only Hex stuff. This is a Hexican meetup in downtown Georgetown, 1 block from the courthouse, the Williamson County Courthouse, which is pretty famous because, as I understand it, that courthouse, there's a guy that was a lawyer, Dan Moody. He was the first person to put the KKK on trial. And I forgot what exact event it was and who exactly was prosecuted. Let's see. So whenever I say freebies, Suzanne would be promoting her own product because it's a Hex related product, and we would be giving it out for free. I'm not sure exactly what rules she would want to set up to the lottery situation to hand that out. Everything that I've got over there on that table right now, like postcards, business cards, hats, stuff like that, that's all free, and it's first come, first serve. That's how it was last time. I'm thinking about getting a lot of magnets in the mail, and that would be really awesome because I could stick them all over the metal lockers that I'm going to go look at tomorrow. And you guys have seen Travis, one of my friends that's a semi-Hexican by now. He's come over here and had tacos with me on a Taco Tuesday before. And he will help me out in like decorating this plate. Well, doing like some dirty work of painting stuff if anything needs to be painted. And then SJ gave me a shout out the other day, or gave the meetup a shout out the other day. Said that she was coming and that she could arrive early and help decorate and set up and everything. So that's really awesome. A few people have said they're traveling a little bit of a distance. A few people have had things occur and maybe they're not going to be able to make it, but it seems as though we're going to have about the same show up as last time, which was about 60 people, 60 Hexicans or 40 Hexicans, and then their significant others. Cool. So it's a pleasure to be in front of you this evening. Hex just keeps on going. You know, as Richard Hart says, he could die tomorrow and Hex just continues to go because it's the code on Ethereum that we're all invested in. This organization of funds and manpower, money power. We are proving the rest of crypto has its flaws, and we just continue to press forward. I've got a lot of world current events in the back of my head right now that I'm trying to not get on topic of. And then also there's so many, because I'm an early Hexican, there's so many resources at my fingertips. I just need to organize and not make mistakes. You know what I mean? But within the Hexican community, I've found some good friends. And then also within my lifetime, I've acquired some good friends as well. So things are great here in my life. So thanks for anybody who would be concerned or interested. If anybody would like to give me a comment down there of anything that they have in mind, like, do you have any questions about Hex? The reason why I set up this live stream right now is because there is meetup.com where you can find a group, an interest group in your local area. And I was finding that people were interested in crypto in Austin, and they were interested in NFTs and Bitcoin and Ethereum. There weren't any Hex, and I knew that there wouldn't be any Hex. But what scared me was we were going into a bear market and people were still talking about NFTs. And the issue with NFTs is they aren't tried and true. And so one thing that was happening was manipulation of the NFTs. Somebody could sell it to themselves or sell it to their friends for a high price. And that would give you a base price of an NFT, which, like I say, is not a tried and true technology of being worthy of that value, that money value. But if you're new to crypto, you need to realize that everything's a ratio trade. Everything's in ratios. Like whenever it is that you come out of the US dollar, if it is that you deal with the US dollar and you're in the United States, when you get into crypto, you will have maybe a 1-to-1 with the US dollar, but it is not the US dollar. And what you can get other cryptos for is all based on a ratio. And whenever it is that you transgress the crypto market, it's all about ratio. You take your value over here. Then you want to put it into a different coin. What sort of value are you able to continue with into that other coin? And a lot of people, they think about, whenever I was getting into crypto, it was 2017. So a lot of people were thinking that just one coin would be able to explode and oh, they're a millionaire, they're a billionaire. They could put all of these purchases on their credit card and pay it off later whenever they become a millionaire, billionaire. That's called price appreciation. And there's only so much price appreciation that can happen with a unit value. So be aware of that. Be aware of those things. If anybody would like to comment what it is that they're interested in or how I could guide them, that would be awesome. I am EcoBuilder on Twitter, which here is the spelling of that right here. You can send me a direct message, or you can tweet out EcoBuilder doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, whatever. We can have some fun on Twitter, and then also on Telegram, t.me/HexTexas. So that's HEX and then Texas. That is a group that I have been with since its founding. We are almost 2 years old, I believe. And that's in order for us to locally organize. And basically, that's what I'm representing whenever it is that I'm hosting a get-together January 21st from like noon on into the evening. The idea is that we use the first 20 feet of this, basically the first 400 square feet of the front end of this building, as well as a little bit of the sidewalk. And then there's it's concrete floors, so make sure that you wear rubber shoes, like some good padding on your shoes. Don't dress up too much. and so like what would be the dress code? Casual, business casual, whatever. But the idea is that you use all of this downtown area for your leisure. So go across the street. There's a bar that has food as well. Go up the street and around the corner. There's a Latino place that's family owned and operated. The taco shop that I just got my tacos from is a block up that way. Beyond that is a pizza place. Hang around the corner, a coffee shop. Around the other corner is a bar with some pretty good bar food. That place is called District 6, by the way. It's kind of, it's on the backside of the block, so it's hard to see, but I recommend Hexicans go check that out. We've got coffee shops, sweet shops, ice cream shops, toy shops, seafood, fried chicken. We got a hunting outfitters stuff that also has a bar inside of it, because selling alcohol, there's such a price increase. I don't know if you've ever been in the restaurant business, but if you buy a keg and then sell for $7 per beer, you're making a lot of money. But some people don't agree with alcohol. Keep that in mind, and they may not be a patron of your place if you are selling alcohol, which I totally understand. I get it. So with this place, I'm going to offer water and bagged snacks, but I am not going to offer alcohol. Bring your own alcohol if you want, or visit the place, see how it is, and go to the store and come back with alcohol. I'm just not going to supply it because of liability sake. And then also, I am not going to allow Hexicans to be drugged at my events. This is not okay. Of course, it's not okay. It has actually happened twice in Vegas, and we need to put an end to this. We need to whip out our cell phones and record, and maybe even do some investigation stuff. But that's absolute bullshit. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it, but whatever the case, you got something coming to you if you ever fucking dare do that bullshit around here. All right. Anybody have any comments? So I'm going to have the skates. I'm going to have the lockers. We'll have like interesting lights. You can kind of see that that is a colored light, an LED. I can set the color to whatever. I'm going to have that like lighting up the lockers in an interesting way. And then there's not much space inside here. So my idea is that everybody takes the skates out into the street, meanders around the square in the street, around our historic courthouse, which this one was created in 1910, but this town was founded in 1848. And I believe the first courthouse that was built in that downtown placement was in the 1860s, I believe. And it was kind of a Victorian courthouse with like those awesome antennas and those really interesting Dutch or German looking roofs where, you know, they have the dormer windows and stuff. It was really, really interesting. And I wonder why it is that they tore that down. And then they built kind of a stately courthouse. And then they tore that one down too. And they built a whole nother one that looked exactly like it that was also stately. So here we are. We've had this courthouse for 110 years. Tons of bars and restaurants, like I say, over there. So you could take the skates from here, meander up the way. Please do not get on skates if you're not used to being on skates. I really don't want you, running into a car, damaging property, accidentally falling on your butt, and not clenching your butt whenever you hit the ground. So your tailbone then is sore tomorrow, or possibly even worse with spinal damage in the future, which my sister actually thinks that she did whenever she was little. I clench my butt when I fall. So clip that. If anybody has any comments, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm going to go join the Bitcoiners. Hex just keeps on parading forward. The community keeps on parading forward, as well as we keep picking up new people. And then also we keep learning about our own guys. So all of these people who have been two faces inside of our community are slowly having enough rope to kill themselves. Or you know what I'm saying? They're making their intentions be known. It's awesome that they were able to experience the price appreciation, like I talked about early in the Hex community. But if it is that you don't fully philosophically agree with what our community does with the code and how we act, or how we're instructed to act, then it might be that you want to make some quick gains in a different way. And I think that's what we're starting to see inside the crypto community, communities altogether. You know, like people completely come out of the blue, and it's pretty interesting. And in some of these private groups, I'm seeing people like starting to shout at other folks and say like, "Hey, I know that you're a parasite, a cancer to our community. And that's pretty interesting because these things do need to be talked about. We do need to reduce down. In the bear is just fine, you know, like if you're going to sell it all, let's get you out as soon as possible, right? So here's something that's interesting in the hex code. And I was explaining this to my dad the other day, like out of the 21 million Bitcoins, 1 million are inside a wallet that's owned by the anonymous founder, Satoshi Nakamoto. And no one ever knows whether he's going to move those things. And if they do, it would have huge consequences on the current market whenever that would happen. So a lot of people speculate, is this guy dead or not? And it's really interesting. Inside of Hex, we made sure that we didn't have that sort of activity, wondering whether someone's dead or not. Now, Bitcoin, I should have prefaced that differently. Bitcoin doesn't have a way for you to earn yield on it by staking, unless you were to trust a third party, which typically they run away with your funds. But in Hex, we allow you to earn a yield through staking. And we made sure that if it is that somebody dies during their stakes and somebody else wasn't informed to go and end their stake, then their stake would be depleted over a time period of 2 years. It would go to zero because when your stake ends, you have to tend to it within the first 2 weeks. Otherwise, you will start to accrue penalties. And so I believe this looks like about 1% per week. So I just wanted to express that for some reason. If anybody has any comments, please put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to hop on over to the Bitcoiners meeting that's virtual on meetup.com. These are the Austin area Bitcoiners. And lately what I've been doing is just turning off my camera and my mic and enjoying my tacos. There's some pretty cool guys that keep up with the market. And it's not that I go and buy Bitcoin myself. It's that I want these people to see over and over the opportunities that they had to pay attention to what's happening in Hex. And they're seeing that Richard Hart was right. Hashtag Richard Hart was right. And it's really an awesome thing. Like these people's heads are starting to turn. Also, last meeting, there was 2 or 3 times the amount of people. So there's something going on with either their marketing to get people to come, or there's an increase in interest for Bitcoin. Or maybe it was a New Year's resolution for people to go and seek interest groups, or maybe to find wealth in the new year, right? I am seeing some star chart stuff that's saying that this year is bad for business. I don't know if that relates to investing in crypto, you know, because crypto can expand so much from its point right now. So I'm gonna order a shirt for a special individual. Marcus from Wisconsin is coming down. He's a beekeeper, and he works at a milk factory, and he shoots pool, and he's a Hexican. He's coming down to the Texas area for this January 21st event, as well as just to come down here to see what Texas is like. He's a pool shark, and he's really interested in checking out the places to shoot pool in the Austin area. So that's really cool. So he'll be one of the special guests during this event. We'll have the whole thing live streamed. Please look through the through the listing of the future live streams for this channel. I've already got the date saved and everything. So you could go and click on notify me, right? That's that button on YouTube. But I wanted to show you these awesome lip balms that Marcus has created from his own propolis and beeswax that he got out of his hives. This one is a citrus flavor, but I saw that there were mint and lavender. And so I'll have that as handouts here at the meetup. So please talk amongst yourselves. Would you like to come to the meetup? It's absolutely free. You'll meet other Hexicans. Everybody will be cordial. If not, they'll be asked to leave. Last time we did have one person brought their dog. That was Dr. Giggles. He's over in Austin. I sure hope he comes again this time. And he was a part of the music entertainment. So some of these folks, they'll be a part of entertaining us as well. And then, like I say, we'll have the live stream set up with this same camera, computer, monitor, everything. I've got a pretty good sized monitor there. Thanks to Hex. Thanks to Richard Hart for creating Hex. And thanks to myself for being healthy and aware of what the heck is going on. And you too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being aware of what the heck is going on. Let's make this money revolution happen. All right. Thank y'all. Cheers. Figure out what Hex is, hex.com, richardhart.com. Learn how you can you can do a very few things with very little time in order to make huge financial progress in your life. Take care.